This is the story of how I went from this to attempting this in 7 days. A couple of days ago I was having a big clear out of my house, getting rid of loads of stuff, taking it to the tip. Went into my wardrobe, pulled back a few pairs of shoes, and there in front of me was something I remember vividly from my childhood. 3 juggling clubs. I can even remember the exact date that I bought those juggling clubs. I was age 14, and over the next 6 months to a year, I taught myself how to juggle clubs. I wasn't particularly good, but it's something that I really enjoyed. And when I saw these juggling clubs, it made me realise that I hadn't thrown them out for a reason. Those objects just evoked memories of a very happy childhood for me. I wonder if I could get back into this. I really like the idea of trying to relearn or reacquaint yourself with an old skill. Just to focus my mind a bit more, I'm going to use the next 7 days for 3 stages. Juggle balls, juggle clubs, and then try something I've never done before, juggle fire. Now I should say that in the past, I used to be able to juggle fairly well. I could juggle 3 balls very easily, and I could juggle clubs kind of. It was never particularly elegant to look at, but I could certainly muddle my way through it. So I'm not starting from a position of knowing nothing or having no experience with juggling. Getting better. But for the first couple of days, it was important to break through the frustration barrier. I can do it, I'm just massively out of practice. I did this by practicing in short but intense 20-minute bursts. After a significant number of hours, everything just seemed to click. Crucially, my body relaxed, and it just seemed to come far more naturally. After 3 days, it was like I'd never stopped juggling, and I was ready to move on to stage 2. My first attempt juggling clubs in about 25 years. Start with just 1. It's a good start, not so good. Learning to juggle clubs again was always going to be a challenging process. In the first instance, I had to relentlessly practice perfecting the throw of 1 club. So bad. And it was hard to battle through the boredom factor of doing this, but I knew that this was the key foundation to mastering this skill. It's such a big step up from juggling balls. And every time I felt like taking it a step further, I would always get a harsh reality check. Back to basics, come on! But progress was being made, and I started to revel in relearning this totally useless, non-transferable skill, despite my frustrations. I can't see. Now this is me at the end of day 4. Got a long way to go. The big breakthrough came on day 5. Having survived the frustration stage, my throw had improved and it was starting to come together. I was also enjoying the process a lot more, which made me want to get better. I reached the level where I could remember why I loved doing this so much as a child. Given where I was a few days ago, I've made so much progress. I could barely juggle 3 balls, and now here I am with 3 clubs, and I can do it for about 15 seconds or so. Am I good enough to then take it up another step to juggle flaming clubs? I don't know. I think that's going to be a psychological battle as much as anything. This is very exciting. 3 fire juggling clubs. 1, 2, 3. This suddenly feels very real. I think the hardest thing about this, aside from the fire, which is slightly terrifying, is going to be the weight of these, because I'm used to juggling the clubs now. I've been practicing with those for a few days, so it's going to be interesting to see how we transition over to using these. So for the next 2 days, I'm going to practice juggling with these, obviously not lit. With a bit of practice, I think we can do this. I am excited. Bow and juggle fire. 2, 3. Oh, that don't burn your face. 1, 2, 3. Oh God, don't burn your face. A bit close. What I'm really conscious of is like every mistake that I make, whilst they're not lit, is okay. It lands on my foot, lands on my clothes. It's not an issue. But tomorrow, when they're lit, it's going to feel slightly different. When I drop that, if I make a mistake, potentially there's consequences. I'm excited, I'm confident, but I think tomorrow, when I'm holding those 3 fire sticks in front of me, things are going to feel very different. The challenge I've set myself is to juggle 3 flaming sticks for at least 15 seconds and then catch them elegantly. I would say don't try this at home, but that is exactly what I'm doing. I have, however, taken significant safety precautions. Don't you try this at home. 3 flaming fire sticks. You may not be surprised to know that this was not my first attempt, but with the power of editing, I can make it look like I nailed it on the first go. The journey to get to this point took over 12 hours of disciplined practice, broken down into short, focused bursts of concentration. Reacquiring this totally useless skill and reconnecting with something I enjoyed as a teenager has given me so much joy. It's also a timely reminder that our inner child sometimes wants to come out and play, and often this is the very best thing we can do.